Quote of the morning. Sentimentality is so apt to creep in if we write at length about children as seen by their elders, and the reality of childhood as we all experienced it creeps out. For we all remember that our childhood, as lived, was immediately different from what our elders saw. C.S. Lewis. Okay, so random side tangent. I used to, I wrote a couple of children's books. None of them ever got published. I might get back to it sometime and spruce them up and make them better again. But so I was working on children's picture books and was involved in the local children's picture book chapter there's groups and stuff. I was talking to a lot of other children's authors, and that's a thing I noticed. I was the only person at all of these events and all these groups that didn't have children. I personally don't. I mean, I like the idea of children. I just don't want to be around them personally. I like the idea that they're going to grow up and continue the whole experiment of sapience. Point is, as the only person who didn't personally deal with children, I wasn't a parent, I wasn't a teacher, I felt my writing was markedly different from everybody else's, and a lot of the other writers there, I would look at their books and think if I was a kid, this would be really boring. I don't want to read this book. And I collect children's books. I have hundreds of them. I love children's literature. It is an amazing art form. It is some of the best storytelling out there, but not from a lot of parents. And that got me looking at who are the most famous children's authors of all time. And you know what I noticed amongst all of them that validates my feelings, at least, so I assume it's true? They all didn't like children. Dr. Seuss said that he was scared of children, that he didn't know what they were thinking. He felt they were always judging him. He didn't like children. Maurice Sendak, similar experiences, similar expressions about children. Roald Dahl, I really didn't seem to like children. Over and over, I found that the people who seem to be considered the greatest children's authors don't deal with children. And because of that, they are writing to their own inner child instead of to a person they have to handle every day. And I think that makes a big difference, is that when you're a parent or a teacher, you have to deal with children all the time. You start thinking of children as a thing to be managed, as handled, as an external thing, instead of remembering what you would have liked to do as a child, what you would have enjoyed. And I don't think my side is entirely in the right. So when I was in books, the big book everyone was talking about was Dragons Love Tacos, I think was the name of the book. It's it sold a gajillion copies. Children went crazy for it. It's a really stupid book. It's dumb, but you know what it does? It handles children well. It entertains them. It distracts them. It's silly. They laugh. They clap. They say, "Read it again." I don't think any of them are ever going to look back in 20 years and be damn, that I really love that book. I remember that so fondly. Whereas the Dr. Seuss's, the Roald Dahls do look back, and the Maurice Sendak books, we all do look back and we go wow, that really meant something to me. So this went really long. Let's give you that quote again. Sentimentality is so apt to creep in if we write at length about children as seen by their elders, and the reality of childhood as we all experienced it creeps out. For we all remember that our childhood as lived was immediately different from what our elders saw. C.S. Lewis.